Welcome back to the fourth video in this series, Your Research Legacy, Leaving Your Mark on the World, Knowledge Translation in 5 Easy Steps. This segment, Step 3, is designed to spark your imagination and generate ideas for different ways you can share your research. It's colorful and fun, so let's get started. The third step in creating your knowledge translation plan is to decide what sorts of medium you can use to reach your intended audiences. As you walk through the examples, consider what would engage your audiences and make them notice your message. This is your opportunity to be creative. Think about, where do your audiences go to find information? What events can you piggyback on? There are a lot of ideas on this slide to get you thinking. Consider a package for each audience. How will they best receive your message? In a 1-3-25 format? This refers to a 1-page handout plus a 3-page executive summary and a 25-page report. If you've prepared an academic document like a thesis or dissertation, you have a ready-made document to start from. You could craft an article for a trade journal, newsletter, internal bulletin, and/or a website. Maybe pamphlets are the way to go for your audience, or memo-style communications. You could use a variety of presentations like PowerPoint, videos, or podcasts. You could post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, Reddit, Flickr, or Wikipedia. You could create a website of your own for your research or write a blog page. What about conference presentations or speaker engagements? Could you set up a storyboard or visual to display at conferences? Are there places like festivals, museums, libraries, community centers, or other groups that could put you on their agenda? Maybe you can get yourself invited to meetings where you can share your results. Create an inventory of ideas to use to share your research, selecting a different medium for different audiences depending on the context and opportunity. The key thing to remember is that you need to go where your audience goes. You can appeal to a variety of learning and communication styles, so be creative. And don't forget to practice your elevator speech. On a practical and logistical note, as you formulate your plan to share your research, be thinking about what resources you might need. Will you be producing materials and need a budget? Do you have access to expertise to produce graphics or obtain permission for use? Can you borrow or barter for skills? Will you need to travel or secure conference registration? Don't overlook these important pieces to your plan. The next few slides will give you some examples of what you could create to get people's attention and draw them into your work. These are the front pages of newsletters that were created to keep the stakeholders in this research project informed and engaged. We shared preliminary findings and relevant information at various stages of the research, not just at the end. This helped to cultivate and nurture an interest in the 2-year research initiative. Basic word processing and layout skills that were all that were needed. This is an image of the poster that was created for the client's use at conferences and meetings. This was appropriate for these settings and served to generate questions and discussions among the conference attendees. Note the QR codes that the viewers could use to access the full report. This was produced using PowerPoint and was printed commercially. Make it catchy. This example was created using Wordle as the title slide for a PowerPoint presentation. The title, C is for Leadership, got people's attention. The actual academic title of the research was Exploring Leadership During Implementation of the Integrated Primary and Community Care Initiative in the Chilliwack Community-Based Service Delivery Area, which probably wouldn't have caught people's attention as well. Get their attention and make it fun. This is a great way to display research findings. Use a colorful illustration, mind map, or graphic recording to illustrate your research findings, conclusions, and recommendations. If you don't feel confident in your artistic skills, you might know someone who is, or you can hire a graphic artist to produce something for you. Here's another example of how you could use graphic illustration to share your research in a variety of settings. Notice the simple but effective design and the use of color and small drawings to make it visually interesting. This image and the one before were produced by Visual Life Stories in Victoria, BC. Infographics is another effective way to convey your information. Again, notice the use of color and small drawings to illustrate the point of the message. This image and the next were produced by the FuseLight.com group. This is a simpler design that is effective in illustrating a process. There are lots of infographic templates available online, or you can design your own. The link in the description block below will take you to a 30-minute presentation, The Right to Farm, Artisanal Production and its Legislative Framework in Quebec, by an assistant professor at the University of Ottawa, produced in collaboration with Juravision. It is an excellent example on how to turn a paper into a video and contains some good advice and tips. You can make videos yourself using some basic recording tools or have someone produce it for you. This is an example of a doctoral dissertation that was converted to book form and produced using Kindle Direct Publishing for Amazon sales. There may be reasons not to share some information in your dissertation, such as names or other identifiers, but you can still publish your lit review as a topic-related article or piece. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that you might need a budget to produce your knowledge translation materials. As you consider the methods and materials you want to use to share your research, you can give a bit more thought to the resources you may need and what they might cost. Will you need to produce materials like posters, pamphlets, or other tangible items? Will you need expertise like IT or graphics, PR, writing, an editor, or a videographer? Will there be travel costs if you are planning to attend conferences? Will there be conference registration fees? Will there be publication costs such as printing? Will there be mailing costs or shipping costs? I hope the examples in this video gave you some ideas and inspiration for sharing your research. Keep in mind that there may be students in creative arts programs who are looking for projects they can count as credits. They may be able to help you with graphics or recordings, and you would be supporting the learning of others as well as gaining some materials to engage your audiences. It could be a win-win situation. If you enjoyed this video, use the like button and be sure to subscribe to this channel for future videos on topics like this. Please share your comments in the section below and let me know what was most useful to you. The next video, step 4 in this series, looks at timing the delivery or dissemination of your message. Stay tuned.